I am Gayatri, working as assistant professor in EC department at SNS College of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about the topic BJT constructions, working principle, and what are the characteristics in the BJT for the unit transistor and their applications, which was studied by first year second semester students for the subject circuit analysis and devices. Today I am going to give the flow of presentation about the basics of transistor and what is the types of transistor and where the transistor is used, and in specific I am going to describe about the bipolar junction transistor introduction, what is a construction of BJT and what is the operation followed in the BJT and VI characteristics of BJT. In between the presentation there will be activity and assessment questions. At last the assessment questions will be there. Coming to the basics of transistor, the transistor which is a miniature part of the semiconductor device. The transistor which is used to reduce the voltage or used to control the voltage or current flow in the particular circuit. The transistor basically it is having three terminals: emitter, base and collector, coming to the for the part of BJT, whereas the diode which is having only two terminals. The diode will be acting as only switch, whereas the transistor will be acting as switch as well as amplifier. The amplifier in the sense, when we are giving the small current in one particular terminal, the output will be somewhat higher when compared to other terminal, and also it can be accessed as switch, and for on off purpose the transistor will be acting as a switch. Then coming to the basics of transistor, in the diagram we can represent that in each terminal the current will be flowing through it. Coming to the types of transistor, basically we are having only three type of transistor, which is BJT, field effect transistor. In the field effect transistor, we will be describing two types, which is junction field effect transistor and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. In the BJT, it is having three terminal, which is base, emitter and collector, and each terminal the current will be flowing through the device, so it is called current controlled device. And coming to the types of BJT, it is having two types, which is NPN transistor and PNP transistor. In a N-type material the majority will be electrons and P-type majority will be holes. And at last BJT will be used in amplifier, switch and audio and video circuits. The BJT will be used. And the second one will be our field effect transistor. The name represents field effect, so it is called voltage controlled device, and it is having two types, which is junction field effect transistor and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. In the junction field effect transistor, it is classified into two types, which is N channel JFET and P channel JFET, and also it is having a three terminal, which is source, drain and gate, and which is also having a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It is having two types of mode, which is depletion mode and enhancement mode. In the depletion mode, it is classified into N channel and P channel. Enhancement mode also classified into N channel and P channel. Same, the MOSFET, it is also having a three terminal, which is source, drain and gate. Then coming to the BJT, which is name represents bipolar junction transistor, which is having a bidirectional device, and also it is having two junctions, that is the electrons and holes will be combinedly moved. So it is called current controlled device. That means represents the emitter current will be flowing to collector, and or the collector current will be flowing to emitter depending upon the connection. So the each terminal there will be some amount of current will be flowing to the circuit. So it is called as current controlled device. The coming to the construction of BJT, It is having two types, which is NPN and PNP. In NPN type, we are having N type material outer layer and P type will be middle. From the emitter, from N type, the emitter will be taken out, and the N type, the collector also taken out. In between P type layer, base will be taken out. So the BJT will be having three terminal: emitter, base and collector. And coming to PNP transistor, the outer layer will be P type and middle layer will be N type. The outer layer, from outer layer, the emitter and collector will be taken out, and the middle layer, base terminal, will be taken out. The symbol of NPN transistor, the emitter current will be flowing out, so the arrow mark will be outward. In PNP transistor, the emitter current will be flowing towards in, so the arrow mark will be inside. Then the one activity, the electricity, you can from this puzzle you can select the electricity related word, which is wire, current, switch, main, can be illustrated from this puzzle. And working of NPN transistor, in a N terminal and emitter and base, the forward voltage is given, and in base and collector, the reverse bias voltage is given. So the emitter, from the emitter terminal, the emitter current will be flowing outward, and base current will be given to P type, and N type, the collector current will be flowing in. Then working of PNP transistor. Here also, when we are applying forward voltage and reverse voltage, the emitter current will be flowing towards P type, and base current will be flowing out, and collector current also be flowing out from the terminal. So the arrow mark will be inward for PNP transistor. Characteristics, coming to characteristics, we are going to taken out the input characteristics, output characteristics, as well as transfer characteristics. In output characteristics, we will be describing three regions, which is cutoff region, active region and saturation region. In the cutoff region, the transistor will be in off state and will be operating as a switch. In active region, the transistor will be acting as amplifier. The saturation, the transistor will not be emitting any type of current. Coming to assessment question, BJT, which stands for bipolar junction transistor. The doped region in a transistor, which is three region, also be doped: emitter, collector and base terminal. Which regions of transistor which is highly doped? Emitter, base, collector, both emitter and collector. Emitter terminal is heavily doped compared to collector terminal. Thank you.